Hello and welcome back. It's puzzle time with Sudoku Sleuth, and today we're going to be playing Illusion of Choice. And you can see, well, Sleuth and I guess a little dummy Sleuth being controlled by marionette lines from up on top. I guess forcing all of his actions, even making him smile very creepily, despite the fact that he has no choice and he's doing what he's being told to do or being forced to do. Quite a philosophical topic to get into on a Monday morning, isn't it? But, you know, we're overdue for a willpower puzzle. 95% rating. How can I possibly pass up on this particular puzzle? Anything else to mention before we get in there? I'm kind of hoping that the puzzle is predominantly about it showing that there is an illusion of choice, as in there are options for the particular puzzle that we're taking a look at, as opposed to it's a philosophical debate. As we all head to our work on Monday morning because, you know, we need to pay the bills. Anyhow, let's take a look at today's puzzle and rule sets and hopefully another fantastic puzzle from Willpower. So, it's all about arrow sums today. Normal Sudoku rules apply. Place the digits 1 to 9 once each in every row, every column, and every 3x3 box. Nothing unusual there. Then we have arrows. So numbers on arrows sum to the number in the arrows circle. So for example, let's take this particular one here. And what it's saying is these two cells add up to a value, I don't know, let's say 1 and 5, and therefore these three cells have to add up to the same value, which would be a 6. Remember, the different arrows are independent. You cannot kind of assume that they are duplicates. Interesting. I'm already a little bit worried. Right, then we have pairs. Numbers with a black dot between them are in a ratio of 2 to 1, such as down here. If this cell was a 2, this would have to be 1 or 4, so that one cell is double the other. Not all possible dots are given, so that 2 with a 4 in here, clearly the 4 is double the 2 without a black dot. That is not a problem at all. So, that's all the rules we have for today. So if you want to play along, and you haven't been scared off by this particular title, link will be in the description down below for you to do so, as usual. And with that said, I'm going to restart the clock and see how I get on. So in my mind, each of these is 7, 8, or 9. I'm just having a quick look. No. So you see a couple of these cells, and it had to be, have two cell arrows, so they could be 5 or 6. But the others that have 3 cells and the 2 cell that's coming out of it, I'm just going to double check that it's true for all of them. Yeah. Can only be 8 and 9. And I'll give you an example. So I mean, obviously, when I started here with the 6 example, that was a terrible idea. Sorry about that. But if I did 1 and 5, that's 6. What 3 cells now are left over, given the 1 is gone, that can add up to 6. So, but if you try a 7, that also won't work because 3 cells to get to 7 can only be 1, 2, 4. Now I've eliminated 1, 6, 2, 5, and 3, 4. So essentially, all of these cells that I have in colored blue are 8 and 9. Now the one that is on a black KROPKI dot, here's a clue for you, has to be the 8 because half of 9 is 4.5 and 9 times 2 is 18. So neither of which is allowed. So that's 4. That means these are 9s. That is an 8. That is a 9. That is an 8. Excellent. Now we still need a number with 2 different ways of getting to it, 2 different pairs specifically. So 5 works because I could do 1, 4, 2, 3. Obviously 6 works and 7 works. 6, 1, 5, 2, 4, and 7. Well, I've got more than 2 options actually. Right, so these are 5, 6, 7s. This 8 now has to be 1 and 3, so 1, 3, 4 to get to 8. That eliminates all the options except 2, 6 as a pair. 1, 7 is gone. 3, 5 is gone. That had to be 2, 6. This is not a 6 now. With a 2 on here, what does that mean? So I can do something like 2, 3, 4, and that would eliminate essentially 2, 7, 3, 6, 4, 5, and I could still place 1 and 8 in here. So that is like a solid set of options to get to 9. Now, the other option that comes to mind, so let's think about 9 in 3 cells. I think maybe that's what we should be doing rather than just shooting at random. Right, we've got 3 options: 1, 2, 6, 1, 3, 5, and 2, 3, 4, like I demonstrated earlier. This can't be 1, 2, 6 because I'd have to have a double 1, given a 2, 6 eliminates this option. Now I have the option of 1, 3, 5. Let's think about that one for a second. And essentially I've eliminated 1, 8, 3, 6, and 4, 5. So this would have to be 2, 7. So that actually works. Then the other option with 2, 3, 4 is that the 2 is here, the 3 and 4 are there, means that there's always a 3 in here, means there is always a 2 there between these 3 cells, and this would have been 1, 8. Now, the only thing that is not on any of these is the 6, because we eliminated 1, 2, 6, and the 3 is always used either in 2, 3, 4 or 1, 3, 5, so the 6 is always down here. So far, not very useful. Let me think about these cells. This is 5, 7, 9. Interesting. I didn't mean to put a 4 corner pencil mark. I'm pretty sure I meant to put, no, hang on, the 3 is between these 3 cells. I could always have the 3 down there. Less useful. So 2 is on neither of these cells. Okay, yeah, just wake up, sleuth. No 2 means it can't be 5. That's a 7. And because there are no 2s, 2, 5 doesn't belong here. Essentially, my options are 3, 4. So there's a 4 in one of these and a 3. And 1, 6. And a 6 again forces this direction. This is a 6. This is a 1. No 4s here. And no 4 here means that this is now a 1, 3, 5 option. This is forced. And this has to be 2, 7. That places 1, 6, 8 down here. And it's looking good now. 1s means no 1s. That's the 1. 7. So that's a known digit. That is an 8. And then a bunch more digits. We can place them. Essentially 2 lots of 5, 7, 9. And a 4, I'm going to say. No, not a 4. Hang on. What? Oh, yeah, no, 1, 4. There you go. Right, so it's 2 and then 5 and 9 because it can't be a 7. This has to be a 7. And that is not a 9. And I think that's all the pencil marks done that I can do for the moment. I mean, not an 8, so may as well. Forget that T, 3, 4. Have I got any more? I don't think so. Okay, right, moving on. So in general, I'm leaning more towards looking at the 8 cell than the 9s because it has 2 options versus 3 options when it comes to 3 cells. So I'll think about those next. Let me just have a think. So it's either 1, 3, 4. Okay, I mean 1, 2, 5 or 1, 3, 4. How do I prove which one it is? I mean, we know that there will always be a 1. There will always be a 1. That's not very much to go on. 1, 2, 5 removes all the options for the 2 cell, isn't it? 1, 7 is gone, 2, 6 is gone, and 3, 5 is gone. So they're always 1, 3, 4. So 1, 3, 4, and the pairs are always 2, 6. which gives me like a whole bunch of digits here now. 5, 3, 6, 9. None of these are 5s. The 6 obviously partners up with the 1. The 3 partners up with the 4. These are not 1s because of the 1 beneath it. That's the 1. Excellent. And is there more here maybe? I mean, yes, in the sense that there is a 2, 6 pair. This is not a 6. Maybe worthwhile thinking about this one. Not quite. So where is 1? 1 is none of these. 1 is obviously not the 9, so one of these is a 1. They line up in rows 2 and 3, so they have to be in one of these 2 cells in there. Now, if that's a 5, that has to be the 1, that has to be the 4. This has to be 2, 3, which so far looks entirely feasible. Yes. Okay. And if it's a 7, I don't really seem to be able to sort of determine what this is. Let's think about what these cells are. So we are left with, I mean, we've got basically kind of a replica of this. 5, 7, 9, 9, not 8. The 7 you can see can't be in these 2 cells. That's the 7. This is 5, 9. I'm really struggling to type today. 2, 9, and then we know essentially all of these cells, so we may as well just pencil mark them. So this is 1, 7. Can't have a 7 on a 3-celled arrow that adds up to 9. Even if I minimize these with 1 and 2, which I can't anyway, that's already at 10. So that's 1, that's 7. That means that this is either 1, 2, 6 or 1, 3, 5. We'll come back to that. And all of these are known. They're not 1, 2, this is 3, 4, or 6. I can get away with a 6 in here, by the way. And this is 2, 5, and 8. Can't have an 8 here, can't have an 8 there, and this is an 8. Let's see if we can make some progress. This 2, 6 eliminates, I mean, just places a 5, places a 2. This now has to be a 6 to get there. And this is a 3, 4 pair that's left in the column. Excellent. That is not the 1. Oh, that 5 has given me the 7. And this is 1, 3, 4. If it's 1, it's 6. If it's 3, it's 3, 4. Okay, that is not a 6. That is not a 1. That is a 1. That's a 3, 4 pair. This can't be 1, 6 anymore. This has to be 2, 5. That 2 gives me direction. That's 5 and 2. Or I should say resolution. That's 5. And seemingly that's as far as I could take it. These 2 cells are known. They are 9 and 6. 6 and 9. And this cell is just known 8. Lovely. 8 can't be anywhere near the 9. Can't be these 2 cells. That's the 8. 8 can't be on the arrows that add up to 5, 6, or 7. Can't be here, just Sudoku. That's 8. That's 8 done. 5 has given me 3 and 5. I mean, I may as well do a bit of Sudoku just to sort of wrap things up. Just having a quick look if I'm missing anything else. I'm not sure I do. Maybe not. Right, kind of same question, I guess, with the 9. We're being pushed that way, aren't we? The 7 is not in these 2 cells. Can't be on a 3-cell arrow that adds up to 9. That is 2, 7. That gives me 6 and 2. With 8, 1, so 8, 2, and 7 gone. I mean, the 2 is gone, so this has to include a 1. And now it can't be 1, 2, 6 because the 2 is gone. It has to be 1, 3, 5. Excellent. That is not the 1. This is the 1. 3, 4 pair gives me 5 and 3. 5 gives me 9, which gives me 6, which gives me 2, 6, 5, 9. Lovely. 1 gave me 3 and 1 earlier. 2 and 7 are also resolved. 2 and 7. No, this is not a 1. 1, 2, 3. I need a 4, which is in here. And then I need a 6, which is in there. That 3, 4 is not done. That 5, 9 is not done. That's fine. We still have one more to go. That is, once again, not a 5. Is it always a 7? Is that the illusion of choice here? They could never have been 5 or 6. Be interesting to see how I can prove that. 3 gave me 4 and 3. These two cells are known. And they are 2, 6, 7. Can't have a 7 on there. If it's 6, this would be 1. To get to 7, it isn't. That is definitely a 2. So this is 4 or 5 to get to 6 or 7. Seemingly both are allowed. And this can't be a 2. This is a 6, 7. And if it's a 6, this will be 1, 5, which seemingly is allowed again. And if it's a 7, given 2, 5 is gone, 1, 6 wouldn't work because this would have to be the 1 and this can't be a 6. But 3, 4 might? Yeah, maybe. 4 and 3. So you end up with a 4, 5 pair, a 1, 3. We need another 1, 3, which isn't here. So that's the other 1, 3. That's a 9. That gives me a bunch of digits. 7, 9, 6, 7. And I imagine we can resolve it from here. 2, 6. This needs to be a 5, 4, 3, 1. Not 1 is 1. How am I resolving these? Yes, with the 5. That's 4. That's 3. That's 3. That's 4. That's 3. That's 4. That's 9. That's 5. And a fairly smooth puzzle from Mr. Willpower. This is not 4, 6. That's 8 and 4, if I've not made any mistakes, for the finish. Beautiful puzzle, Mr. Willpower. Thank you so much for sharing it. And they all ended up being 7s. But I genuinely think this maybe could have been a 6, and you actually needed to use Sudoku. So I think it's the construction in this particular case that forced it to be 7 in the geometry, as opposed to the fact that, you know, it was 3-cell and 2-cell arrows forcing the 8 and 9. Hope that you guys enjoyed the puzzle and video. See you back for the next one. Bye-bye for now.